with the holidays upon us, I wanted to put out some shows in smaller increments so that people have time in the car, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to listen to Virago 24/7 instead of the usual hour shows that I've been putting out. So this is part 2 of Unconditional Love. Part 1 was episode 40, so go back and listen to that so that you can see how we started the conversation and where we're coming from on that topic. So just expect a few small shows coming up in the following weeks. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I know I haven't been consistent the past few months, but I'm doing my best. And as always, thank you for being here with me and for supporting Virago 24/7. Hi, I am your host, Lyanette Talley, and you are listening to Virago 24/7. Virago is Latin for female warrior, and 24/7 is for all day, every day. Virago 24/7 is a weekly podcast that brings diverse women together to talk about life and our experiences in this world. We share our views on self-love, mental health, marriage, children, friendships, and really anything that needs to be talked about. Here, you will find everyday growth, everyday healing with everyday warriors. So, episode 40, go back and listen to that. Shiney and I discussed what unconditional love versus conditional love means to us. And we talked about some people, how they use that word unconditional love to control loved ones and to use it as power over them. And Shiney shared a story about Sally and Joe and what that love with strings attached may look like between a parent and child relationship.
Yes.
So we are back to continue the conversation. And hi, Shiney.
Hello.
And we also welcome Jenna to the conversation. Hello, Jenna.
Hello there.
Jenna Walston, Shiney Eapen, welcome back.
Hello.
So Shiney brought this topic to the table, and that's why we did episode 40, Unconditional Love Part 1, and we said that we were going to continue the conversation until we can't talk about it anymore. So Shiney she brought books, lots of books.
Yes.
And she has lots to say on this topic.
Well, I think it's really important to me because we all use that word love so easily. I always feel like people are like, I love you, so easily. And I think love is a really big, heavy, meaningful word. And then when you put unconditional in front of it, it's even more meaningful. When people also say unconditional love, I think a lot of people think romantic. And when we spoke about part 1, I think you were surprised when I said I wanted to speak about the parents and the child. Because parents, a lot of times they think that they are unconditionally loving their children, but they're actually putting lots of conditions in effect, which they may not realize are conditions, but they're expectations.
Yes.
For example, rewarding them for doing well at a soccer match and saying, I love you only then, or cleaning the room and only saying, I love you then, or taking care of their parents' needs and not their own first. And just doing what the parent expects or following what the parent wants more than what they actually want. And how it really should be, and I want to read something really beautiful, is our jobs as parents, and this is my opinion, is that we are to nurture our children, encourage and love like freely, just as they are, and accept them as they are. And what and whatever they love, we encourage, and we want that to flourish. Of course, we need boundaries because we want them to be respectful. We want them to be kind. We want them to excel, to do well and be successful in life. We want the best for them. We want their best interests at heart. But we don't want things like, you owe me. I did this for you. You owe me kind of conversations. I work this hard for you. I think that kind of conversations, that then it makes it feel as if we have to think, this innocent person came into this world freely with no choice. So then we put all that on them. Mm-hmm. And I think that they deserve their own life as well, with their own choices. So that's why I feel very strongly about it. And I do believe, because culturally, I do believe we take care of our parents, we be respectful. But I think that's an individual basis. But I think I want to take care of family members, friends, everyone on my own accord.
Yeah.
Not as an expectation. And I think that I like that better when it's my choice versus an expectation. And I think you get more from someone, especially your child, when you come at them that way as well.
I agree with that. And I can, and I feel that from experience.
Yeah, and
with each side of my parents. My mom never expected anything, so I give willingly and like freely and happy to give to her, because she doesn't expect it and she doesn't demand it, and she doesn't ever throw in my face, this is what I've done for you. I brought you into this world, I can take you out type mentality. Never. So it's very true what you're saying.
Yeah. It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a true saying when you feel appreciated, when you feel you feel loved, mm-hmm. you want to just keep giving that love back.
Yes.
And the same goes with conditional love. When you feel those conditions, when you feel you constantly have to please to get that love, to earn it.
That's how I felt on the opposite side.
You feel
on my dad's side.
You feel that as well.
Yes.
And you may not feel it at first because that's all you knew.
Yep.
But you will feel it later, and it doesn't feel good. Mm-mm. So it
causes a lot of anxiety, and even being around that parent that expects, like, it causes so much anxiety because you watch what you say, you watch how you act, you watch everything, and you feel like I used to feel super tense all the time. And it's sad to say because, like I've said before, he's not here to defend himself or for us to have this conversation, but that's how I felt. Very anxious because and then you still do something wrong. You still say something wrong. And I'm like, but I've been watching everything that I said and did, and it still wasn't right.
It affects your self-worth.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And I think parent pleasers end up becoming people pleasers.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes.
Self-worth is really notable and should really be talked about more.
So that's why I encourage self-awareness to us parents, my fellow friends, and everyone who's listening who's a parent, that we just think about it, how we parent, because I'm thinking about it every day. Just be intentional and mindful, because it's not easy. Because as our kids are growing up, so are we.
Yes. It's like we're growing with them.
I'm learning with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gathering tools for myself so I can share and hopefully give them.
Yes. And what I've also learned is I have a preteen, and he's now really, the younger one, when they're younger, they listen to every single thing we say, mostly they think we're brilliant. And then they turn into teens and they're like, oh, they're not so brilliant.
No, we know nothing.
No.
Yeah.
It turns the other way.
Yeah.
So,
in my case, it's like I gave the idea, but she thought that it's her idea. And it's like, well, no, that was me. That was my decision. It's like they have to own it, even though it came from you. Mm-hmm. No, it didn't come from you, Mom. Oh, okay. whatever you say. I don't have to win that battle. So
Well, they want their own autonomy, which we want for them, right? We want
course.
self-driven children. We want that
but
for
can I
them.
get some acknowledgement up in here? Just kidding.
Are you
It's
still
not
being
about me.
ranked a 5 or was it a 7?
Gosh. I haven't gotten ranked in a while. I think Philip made her feel bad, and so she doesn't rank me anymore.
Unless it's a 10.
So in a different episode when I was with Jenna talking, I don't remember what episode it was, but I was sharing a story how Corinne ranks me as a mother, and she ranked me as 6, and I was very, very offended by that number. And she said it's above average. I'm like, hell no, it's not. I mean, no. I need to be like an 8. I know I'm not a 10, but gosh, give me like something like 8. 9.5, something.
Oh my!
So, anyways, Philip made her
kids.
feel bad, and she's apologized so much. I'm like, it's okay.
But
she's like, I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
But circle that with the kids needing to be acknowledged. Like you want to be acknowledged.
I do.
You want to be, have praise given to you. That's what the kids are seeking to.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we're having this conversation.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes. And now that we have our friend Jenna here too. Part of this conversation with unconditional and conditional love is also about romantic love. So I'm excited that we're going to talk about that too, because that's really important as well. Because as these kids grow up and we're all grown up, we should know what conditional versus unconditional love really is.
Yes.
Because there's a huge difference romantically as well. Would you like to read the fun list I give you?
So, fake love, which is also known as conditional love. So these are some examples. I will love you only if you make me feel good. I will love you only if you maintain your attractive looks. I will love you only if you're successful and popular. I will love you only if you do what I say. I will love you only if you believe what I believe. I will love you only if you keep supporting my bad habits. I will love you only if you're great in bed. Woo woo. I will love you only if I have control over you. I will love you only if I approve of your life decisions. I will love you only if you behave properly. And I will love you if you love me. And I shared that with Miss Jenna. And
Well, I just read it, 15 minutes ago?
yeah, and you had some reactions from that.
It was describing my marriage to a T, or my relationship.
Yeah.
My relationship was very conditional. And it was a shocker to read it because at first I wasn't expecting it to be that heavy and hit that hard, but it's dead on accurate. It was always, how am I going to stay in shape, or what am I going to do to get ready for vacation? I'm going to go out looking like that, or it was all conditional. And as we know, I'm an opinionated person.
Yes, you are.
I like to share how I feel, and anytime I disagreed, it would turn into just a horrific argument instead of an emotionally regulated conversation to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So it hit hard. I wasn't prepared for that coming out today.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. And I'm sure,
Is this something that now you're in the process of getting divorced? You can read this and see, wow, that's my marriage. Could you have, are these things that happened in the beginning before you were married, when you were dating, and you just ignored the signs? Or how does that work? How do you end up in a marriage that is conditional?
he never changed. He was the same person I met.
Okay.
But when you're dating, it doesn't really matter because, gosh, I would skate out first thing in the morning and he wouldn't see me for 3 days to a week at a time because I was very busy. So the control wasn't there. It intensifies when you move in together, and intensifies when you have children together, and intensifies when you have marriage.
And when you're doing life, everyday life.
But I would, I guess they say, put blinders on, choose my battles. I was always, people used to nickname me Positive Painting with Patty because, somebody would tell an awful story and in comes Jenna like, but on the bright side of things.
Yeah.
And that's attractive to people like that.
Yeah.
You know, the energy, the vibrancy, the turning a blind eye, not holding you accountable. So it was a great match for us, I guess, or for him.
Yeah.
I was easy to be controlled, you know, and if he was making up with me, we would go on a shopping spree and he'd pick out all my clothes, and it wasn't a treat. It was a form of control packaged in a very nice package with a beautiful bow on top and maybe a gift card hanging off the side, you know,
Yeah.
but it was control packaged pretty. So I'm just starting to accept it all. But looking back, I knew it. When I moved in with him, I wasn't allowed to bring any of my things, and I had my own home. And what things I did bring, one day I came home and he had donated it all to the Goodwill because he was tired of seeing my boxes in the garage, you know. Didn't take into concern what was in there or what could be important to me. And, you know, but here I am. I have a baby. I'm not married, you know, living with someone who also has a child with someone else and trying to do custody. It was just a clusterfuck at the time. So you just kind of go, okay. And he even said, well, I can tell you what Goodwill I took it to if you want to go buy it back. You know, it was just,
Stop.
Oh gosh. So I had warning signs from the very beginning.
To hear more amazing female warrior stories, hit that subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating. We would truly appreciate the love. Now back to our show. We will continue this conversation next week. We had so much more to talk about, so please come back and listen to part 3 of Unconditional Love. I will leave you all with this quote. At the root of every trigger lies an expectation that's entirely ours to own and not our children's to bear.